Today's project, I am making an over-the-arm dust collection support arm for my table saw. And I had this idea because I added new dust collection here recently, and so I wanted to create something that was just easy to make, and so I thought the CNC would be perfect. So I'm using the Inventables X-Carve, and what I did is I went into easel, as you saw in the beginning of the video, and created what I had in my mind after I sketched it out, and imported that into the easel program, and then cut it out here at the X-Carve. Now this took about maybe an hour or so, and I'm using just regular birch plywood. It's about 3/4 of an inch thick and 28 inches wide and 20 inches in length, or vice versa, 28 by 20 by 3/4. And so I'm going to take in a couple of these arms that you see I'm cutting here, or these are actually the support brackets for the arm, and I'm cutting 4 of those, and I'll glue 2 and 2 to make them a little bit thicker. And then here I'm cutting the bracket itself to hold the arm, and I'll glue those 2 pieces together. And so this is really a simple project, but it's just something that I needed in my shop. So I thought, man, I could do this, cut this out on the X-Carve in about an hour, and it looked really nice. And so here I am gluing up the brackets that will go on the support arm, and this will just basically hold the hose in place and not fall off of the support arm one way or the other. And also I've got a shark guard on my blade, and so I will be able to place that guard into these brackets and hold it up out of the way when I don't need it. And I'll show that here in just a little bit at the end of the video. So all that's glued up. So I basically have the main bracket piece that I'm going to attach to the table saw itself. I'll have an arm, and then these 2 hose brackets that I'm sanding here. And all I'm doing is just taking off the sharp edges and corners. And I also am using a couple of my router templates that I cut on the CNC to draw out some curved areas. So on the main arm itself, I cut out the back side, just a rounded curve, and on the other side I cut out the inverse of that so the hose would have something to rest in. And now I put this piece back on the CNC. I should have done it before. It's in the plan now, but I routed a slot through there. I'm putting in just a countersink threaded insert into that bracket piece, installed the arm and the hose brackets, and now I can take the main arm with a threaded knob and just screw that into that insert that I just installed into the main bracket. And this is going to allow me to position this arm to the left or right, or swing it out of the way if I want to. But you can see how that holds the hose up out of the way, and it's just very clean looking in my opinion. You can buy support arms to hold this stuff, but hey, if you're a woodworker, why not just make one, right? So you can see how that holds the shark guard up out of the way. I can swing this out to the side, and the length of that arm was intentional because of the length or the width of the table saw. Now a little bonus here, a little extra footage here that I didn't cover in the Inventables project is just a fence caddy. Now this is something that I wanted to have because I had several things over on the side of my table saw that were just laying on the table, and if I were to move the fence all the way over, some of that stuff may fall off on the floor and just make a mess. So the caddy here was designed to move with the fence no matter where the fence is. I've got my tape measure, my pencils, small clamps, whatever I might need, just right there with the fence. Since I'm always moving the fence and my hand is on the fence when I'm using the table saw, or before I use the table saw, but when I'm setting the fence, all the things that I need are right there with it, and it moves with it. And so I also added some little felt pads on the back of this, and this is going on a saw stop, so this is made specifically for the saw stop fence, and it just slides into place, and it doesn't go all the way to the end, and that's because of that bracket that's holding the support arm up. And so that when it slides over, it misses that main bracket and leaves me just a couple of inches. I can go all the way. I've got the 36-inch fence system here, so I can go all the way to 36 inches, and this is not this Caddy does not interfere with anything. And so you can see there, I'm putting it right at about 36 inches, and it works fine. And so I want to demonstrate how I want to just get everything out of the way. The shark guard is really nice because I can just, you know, one or two little movements there, it's up out of the way, and then I can loosen that knob and swing this out of the way over the fence, still not hitting anything there, so it's out of the way, real nice and neat looking. And so I'm really happy with this. And so when I get ready to put it back, it's just a couple of little movements, loosen the knob, swing the arm back out in place, tighten it down, and put the guard back on, and that's pretty much it. So really useful in my shop, something I needed. Check out the links down below to Inventables. There you can find the links to the next carve, that's my affiliate link, and then also the project for this support arm that you see here, and the support the fence caddy. You can kind of watch this video and kind of see how I did it, but it's just straight cuts on the table saw, and anybody can do this for their own table saw. So I hope you get some good ideas here. Check out the project, and as always, thanks for watching.